Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Rick. I'm your captain on this channel as well as your chef. Last week we went out on a fishing trip and we were able to bring home a ton of fish, and I already shared 2 separate recipes with you on my channel. I've got 1 fish left, and I said what better way to say hello spring than to make some homemade fresh spring rolls. That's right, we're gonna take that last fish, we'll fry it up, we'll slather it with some shallot and green onion oil. We'll take all of the fresh vegetables that I acquired from the market today, hand selected, to make sure that this dish comes out super delicious. We'll roll that all up. We're gonna take a fresh dipping sauce that I'm gonna show you how to make. It's tangy, it's sweet, it's a little bit spicy, but you can tailor it however you want. So many variations of this recipe, but I want you to see how Captain Rick does it. So if you wanna stick with me, stand by. I cannot wait to share it. All right, so let's break down some of the ingredients that you're gonna need for the delicious fresh striper spring roll. No particular order at all. I'm gonna share with you what we have is green onions, shallots, lime, garlic, cucumber, carrots, daikon. Now, I'm gonna take the carrots and daikon, we'll pickle it fresh. It takes about a half hour. We'll do that, we'll let it sit in the fridge and let it do its thing, and we'll use that for the recipe. You can cheat. They make this pre-made for you at the Asian store, but I like to do everything on my own, so I'm pickling it myself. We have coriander, Thai mint, and here's a special ingredient that you're not gonna wanna miss out on. It's called a Perilla leaf. Hopefully the focus is correct, but that is a special ingredient that pairs so well with fish. You do not want to miss that one. It gives the striper spring roll a very distinctive taste that you're not going to believe. Just trust me. We need peanuts. You also need some rice paper for the rolls itself. You need some noodles, MSG. Here's the chili oil that we had to go hunt down at 2 different stores. For whatever reason, Bel Air didn't have it, so I went to Safeway, picked that up. I always stock this, but this time I didn't have it. Sugar, fish sauce, white vinegar, and as I always say in every video, you're gonna have to find a way to get that fish, and Captain Rick always has the fish. I have 1 large cucumber, but I would swear to you, my little girl can eat 10 cucumbers in 1 sitting and be done with it. She loves cucumbers. I mean, I love cucumbers too, but man, she could devour a cucumber. I'm not even mad at all that kids even like vegetables. She loves this recipe. All right, so we're gonna start our pickling for the carrots and daikons. I'm just gonna take the shell off of this. Okay, we'll just toss that. Here is the daikon. They have daikons at the Asian store, but they're always huge, and I try to find the smallest one. This was twice the size. I chopped it down. It's probably about a ½ pound, okay? And we're just gonna chop off the end of it. I'm also gonna shave this down just to get that skin off. I just want the white portion. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm not gonna chop it long like you would for, say, a banh mi sandwich. I'm just gonna take my grater and I'm just gonna go like this. Okay, so we'll shave that off. Into here, we'll do the same thing with the carrots, and I'll be right back. All right, so there you have it, shredded down. I'm gonna put some vinegar, some sugar, and then we'll let that pickle. So we'll take the vinegar and we're gonna pour it in there just enough to cover it, okay? And literally just gonna take some sugar. Let's call that about 6 tablespoons, okay? Sweet or sour, depends on your own preference, but I would say that's about right for what I'm doing. And there is one touch that I like to do. Take some fish sauce. Let's just say teaspoon, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that ends up being about a full tablespoon. We'll mix this up and then we'll keep this in the fridge for about a half hour and it'll be ready for us to use. It's that simple, folks. Like I said, you can cheat and get this pre-made, but why? It's much, much cheaper and you get a heck of a lot more for it, especially if you love pickled stuff. So yeah, we're done. I'll put it in the fridge. Be right back. Oh boy, I always get emotional when I'm chopping onions, if you know what I mean. Boy, it's killing the eyes. But I'm taking one for the team here. I hope you guys can appreciate it. So I have one large bulb of garlic. I'm going to break this off, remove the skin, chop it up, and then we'll use that for the sauce. Nothing special about this, folks. You can use a chopper if you want, if you have a food processor, but I'm gonna do this by hand, so I'll be right back. This is the consistency that you want, just tiny, tiny chunks. So for the green onions, we're just gonna slice off the roots. For the white parts, we're gonna slice it nice and thin. That's it. And the rest of it, we're gonna use for the actual spring roll, okay? All right, for the rest of the green onion, we'll slice that in half. It's probably about a 2-inch slice, and what I like to do is that you don't get overpowered by green onions. I like to slice them nice and thin, long ways, 2 inches. Okay, something like that. 2-inch slices, and we'll set that aside. Now you can skip this step if you already have roasted peanuts on hand, but I don't have any, so I went and bought a bag of raw peanuts already shelled off. I'm gonna add about a half a bag. We'll toast that up and then we'll use that for the sauce. All right, so now we're gonna work on our shallot oil. We'll just add about, let's say, three tablespoons of oil. That's about 3 tablespoons, maybe 2.5, 3 tablespoons. You're not going to be able to have enough oil, so don't worry. 2.5, 3 tablespoons should be plenty. Add our shallots. Keep an eye on it. Make sure everything browns evenly. All right, so now about when it gets like this, partly brown, we're going to add the green onion stalks. Stir that in there. Let that go for about a minute. I think we're going to add some more oil. We said 2.5, 3 tablespoons. Let's go with, that's 4, 5, 6 tablespoons total. There's a reason why we're using that much oil, okay? We're gonna brush the fish. Okay, and then I'm gonna add the garlic at this time. I'm gonna cook that garlic flavor out of this. We'll let everything marry together, all those flavors. We'll let the garlic do its thing, and then we'll strain this out, get that oil. And then I'm going to show you the next step. So stick with me. We'll let that go for about a minute. And checking to make sure that nothing is burning. We just want to cook that garlic out. That's the most important thing, is you don't want raw garlic. There you go. That's about what I like. So here we have that strainer. Just literally toss everything in there. Try to get as much out as you can. Let all of that oil strain. All right, so we'll bring the fire back, put the rest of that oil back. Then what I did forget to mention is you'll need some Maggy, okay? And we're gonna add about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tablespoons of Maggy. Okay, on a low simmer. And then I'm just going to pour in some honey. I'm going to call that 1 tablespoon. Okay, we'll call that 2 tablespoons, okay? For this recipe, I've already descaled the fish, removed the heads, removed the fins, and I'm just gonna score it, okay? Probably about an inch score. Okay, now we're gonna season our fish. We'll just take a pinch of salt and literally be light with it because a lot of sodium's gonna come already. I'll use my other hand to get some more salt. Then we're going to take some cornstarch, which I did not tell you we needed, but this is going to help crispy up the fish. Actually, I'm just going to use my hands. Okay. Get it in the crevices. You can do this in a bag. This is the way that I'm going to do it for today. Okay. Get another good spoonful, we'll put it inside the belly. Might have been better in a bag, I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, home kitchen, what do you expect? We just do whatever. Whatever your heart desires. There you have it, done. We'll just rub this in there, call it a day. Just work with me, okay guys? And gals, I always say guys, it's kind of a habit. All right, it's time to put the fish in. I'm just gonna shake off some of this corn flour or cornstarch. Here we go. So I flip the fish, take a look at that. We'll let that go for 4 more minutes. All right, so we have some time now while the fish is frying. We'll just add a cup of water. Half a cup of sugar. And we'll let that dissolve. 1/4 cup of fish sauce. We'll stir that in. Let that simmer for a couple minutes. All right, we're gonna check on this fish. I actually let it go 5 minutes on each side. I think I'm gonna let it go 1 minute more on each side because I like my fish crispy. So yeah, let's let it go about another 2 minutes. Total of 12 minutes, so 6 minutes. That's it, that's 12 minutes of cooking. It's perfectly crispy, it's not overcooked, it's perfect. Take a look at that. Beautifully fried fish, 12 minutes. So there's the chili garlic that I went to go grab. We'll add a heaping teaspoon of that chili. Stir that in there. If you like it spicier, add more. Honestly, after I taste this, I'm probably gonna add more, but for now, just, it should be enough as a baseline for your spice level. Everyone's spice level is different. Okay, I have to remind you that the sauce is cool, or at least warm, not hot. We're gonna add the carrots at this time. Just stir that in there. All right, so now we're gonna throw in the garlic. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. If you throw in the garlic while it's hot, the garlic will turn blue. You don't want that. You want the fresh garlic taste, but you don't want the garlic to turn color. So add the garlic at the very end when the sauce is room temperature. So I opted to use my grinder for the peanuts. We're gonna burst it. That's it. It's about the consistency we like. All right, so I gave the sauce a taste, and I think I'm gonna add more fish sauce. Let's go about another 2 tablespoons, and that should be plenty. Perfect. All right, so here's the trick for these noodles, okay? So if you buy this, you have to do it exactly how they tell you to. So what you want is boiling hot water in a kettle, okay? So if you take a look at this, they only want you to do it for like 1 minute and 15 seconds, right? 1 minute, 15 seconds. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go half of that. So let's be the half of the bag. It's just gonna be me and my daughter. Here we go, fill it with hot water. Minute and 30, excuse me, minute and 15. See, I'm already messing it up. Just make sure it's submerged completely for 1 minute and 15. Okay, it's been 1 minute 15. We're gonna pop it out of here and throw it right into the cold water bath. Be quick, otherwise you have to start over and let that sit. All right, so I gave it about 1 minute and 30 seconds to cool off. Okay, let that dry up, shake off all the excess water, and then just leave it there to dry off. Okay, so here's the shallot oil with the honey and the Maggy. So we're just gonna brush this on here generously on the first side, then we'll flip it over, do it on the other side. Okay, we're going for side number 2. You can be generous all over the fish on both sides. Get into the crevices. Okay, that should be enough. All right, here we go. I'm gonna move the fish over to the serving area. And then you remember the shallot, green onions, and garlic. We're literally just going to paste this over here. Top it all off. Now this is completely optional if you have peanut allergies or whatever, but I like to take some of the crushed peanuts and just sprinkle a little bit. And that's it. All right, and here are the noodles. I'm just gonna place a few noodles on the sides, mostly for presentation. And then we can grab whatever we like or however much that we like. And I'll just take the rest of this garlic, shallot, and just whatever remains. That way I'm not wasting anything. Okay. Well, all right. Well, that wraps it up, everyone. I hope that you were able to see everything. It's a lot of steps, but it's a fairly easy dish. So here we go. Here is Captain Rick's deep fried striper spring rolls, and we haven't even rolled it yet, but if you take a look at how beautiful that looks, there's a lot of fresh vegetables. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to show you how to wrap it right after this, but like I said, super easy, super delicious. You're not going to want to miss this one. I cannot wait to roll these for you and give it a taste. All right, well, let's get wrapping. So we're going to take this rice paper. We just take a sheet. I already have warm water prepared. We're just going to take this, roll it really quick, just like this, to get everything wet. Shake it off. And then I'm going to put it over here. Then what I'm going to do is take some of this striper. First things first. Okay, then I'm gonna take it, put it right here. I'll take a noodle. I'll put it up here. Then I'm gonna take this Perilla leaf. Okay, I like to use about 2 of them per roll. It's me personally. I'm gonna take some of this Thai mint. Okay, you can use the whole thing, stem and all. I'll take some of the green onion. Okay, I'll take a cucumber. Then I'm gonna take some of this fresh daikon and carrot. I like a lot of it, me personally. So I'm just gonna put it on just like that. Okay, are we missing anything at all? Oh, we need some cilantro. Okay, and then we're just gonna wrap it. Here we go. I got a small plate for this, but we're gonna make it work. Probably should have got a bigger plate. Time to give it a taste of all of our work that we did on the fish and the wrap. So check this out. All right, so I'm just gonna take one of these half rolls, already ready to go. Dip it in the sauce. Here we go. Check it out. That is incredible. It's fresh. It's sweet. It's got all of the fresh vegetables. And like I said, that Perilla leaf, very distinct flavor in your rolls. Don't miss out on that one. I'm gonna go finish eating. I'm going in for another one. So good, my gosh. I hope you enjoyed this one. I will see you on the next one. Take care.